Okay, so this is my podcast project, and my topic is Elements and Principles of Interior Design. Today I'll only be talking about 3 different elements and principles since there are so many and a lot to explain. The first element I'll be talking about is line. Line is an element that is used to create depth, pattern, outline, shape, and connect 2 points in a room. There are also 4 types of lines. Vertical, which is shown in this picture, and it's used to make the room seem taller or more open and larger. The next element is curved lines, which uses arches or circles to create flow around the room. In this picture, you can see that the couches and the ceiling has curved lines in it, giving the room more harmony and flow, allowing the eye to be led around the room. The next type of line is horizontal lines, which are used to make the room seem longer and larger or have more space. In this you can see as the white strip and the wall uses vertical lines to create a flow along the room, bringing all of the elements of the room together. The next type is diagonal lines, which is used mainly in staircases. It's used to create depth and lead the eye along the room. In this picture, it's a little extreme, but you can see as the diagonal lines on the staircase make the picture almost seem 3D, that it has a lot more to offer. The next element I'll be talking about is shape and form. It's usually combined as one element because both of them involve each other. The shape is a 2-dimensional object that is shown with squares, circles, rectangles, and other shapes, obviously. Shape is used in this picture, as you can see in the floor, how it has circle. Okay. This floor, you can see, in this picture you can see that shape is used in the floor pattern and in the walls with the large circular designs, and in the table as well you can see the circle form. But form is another element. Form is a 3-dimensional shape of an object. It can have volume and mass, unlike shape. So form can have shape in it, but shape can't have form because it has to remain 2-dimensional. Shape and form are really helpful in a room when trying to bring it together because they work together so well. The next element that I'll be talking about is light. There are 2 types of light, natural and artificial. Light is used in many ways and can alter the way a room looks overall. Light can make a room seem larger or smaller, alter the colors, shapes, or forms of furnishings, and affect the way that we see textures and patterns. In this room you can tell they're using natural light. Natural light is light that comes from windows, obviously coming from the sun. In this room, the natural light makes the room seem more open and larger, and gives the room a more welcoming feeling. The next type of light is artificial. Artificial is used through lamps and fireplaces and either chandeliers, any kind of light that isn't from windows. Artificial light can be used when natural light isn't available, but the placings of artificial light is a big deal on furniture because it can alter the way it looks. In this picture you can see there's lighter wood along the ceiling, and the darker wood on the table is probably the same shade as that lighter wood, but the light above it is making it seem darker. Also can make textures and patterns look different on walls. This picture doesn't have much of an example, but as you can see, the chairs are along the table have textures, and the light can make the textures seem darker or have more edge to them than they really do. All the elements of interior design are good to think about when you're designing a room, and they also are involved in a lot of rooms. That sounds stupid, okay. Elements of interior design are very important when designing a room, because when you involve all of them and think about them as you're designing a room, each element can make the room come together in different ways.